Hey everybody, so I just thought I'd do a little quick recording of some of my coloring process. I'm working on this pinup for the comic Sundays in Space by Dan Goodwin. Super fun characters. So yeah, as you can see, I've got some colors already going, got some layers. I do things a little kind of different than most people. Every section has a layer, like these tubes. Bloop. Take them all off. You can kind of see the areas I'm working on. So I started with the background, then I moved on to these tubes, those tubes, these tubes. So many tubes! So I'm working on this one, so I make sure that I have the layer that I want to throw shadows and highlights on selected, which will be layer 8, which is all the blue tubes. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and take the base color, go to my value and bring it down a little darker. Make sure I got my studio pin on. Also, I want to make sure I alpha lock this. So the only thing that I'm going to be coloring on right now are these blue tubes. So I just kind of throw in some of my shadow. I love just to throw the colors on there. And something like this, where it's so cartoony, you have a lot of liberty to kind of just do what you want. Kind of making sure that there's a light source and it's coming from the same direction. So my light's coming from the right side, so the shadow's gonna be on the left. And that's my cat, who's very angry that I'm not paying attention to her right now. She's pretty spoiled. Maybe throw a little shadow behind that tube. Just kind of some shadows there. Just kind of try to give the illusion of depth. And then I want to bring this value kind of brighter to give it a highlight, some kind of pop. I don't think that's bright enough. So I double tap to erase. Let's go a little wider. That's good. I like to put some little bit of highlights on. Maybe color in some of these lines, part of the cables. This guy's pretty creepy. And that's the blue. I'm trying to keep this pretty simple. So then I'll just move on. I want to unclick alpha lock, go ahead and make a new layer, layer 9. I want it to be under all my other layers. And then I'm gonna pick a color for some other tubes. Probably like maybe a yellow. Nothing too bright, I want it kind of muted. And then, as you can see, I'm working on a new layer, layer 9. So when I color, it's not going to touch any of the other layers that I have underneath it, or above it, I should say. So it kind of gives you a freedom to just go crazy as long as you're coloring in the lines and not coloring something you don't want to color. It's going to look good. And then throw some yellow here. And there's no rhyme or reason to why I'm picking these tubes. It's because the original source material is colored so amazing, and the detail in his comics. They're super busy, but it's colored in a way that you can definitely tell everything that's going on. Let's see, we got some tubes down here we could do. Let's do this guy yellow. It's kind of like a muddy yellow. Do this one. And let's do this one. And over here, we'll do these two and this one. I think I'll only have one more color for the tubes after this yellow. And then again, I want to change my value. I'm going to make it a little darker. I'm going to alpha lock this layer, so it's the only one that I'm coloring on now. And I can just come in, throw in a dark shadow, kind of give it some depth. And you can see it right here, got a little white spot because I missed. I'm going to take off alpha lock, grab that color by holding down, oops, and then just fill that in. Same with up here. Just do dark under here. I figure that there's going to be shadows kind of tucked behind her. Again, it's a super simple style. Then we want some highlights, so bring up the, let's see what this highlight looks like. Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. Kind of makes it pop a little bit. Throw in some speckles. I love like all the texture brushes. Those are super fun. I'll go in here. Now, all right, one more color on the final tubes. Let's see, what do we want here? Another green? Yeah, maybe a little brighter. So again, I'm going to unlock that layer, make a new layer, drag it underneath. That way it doesn't touch any of my other colors. That might be a little too bright. That's better. So that's that tube, and then we'll finish off all these with green. These will be the green tubes. It's almost like a neon explosion of awesome. And this main character is purple. That is part of her razor wire, so we're not going to color that. That's going to be smoke all in that corner and in the ground and the blood. Yeah, okay, so let's select Alpha Lock, get this a little darker. Throw in some shadows. Can I make all these colors a little darker in the background? So I think those tubes are done. Then I'll take off Alpha Lock, and it's the same pattern. Then I feel like confident on all those tubes. I'm gonna merge them all together. Now they're all in one layer. So now I'm going to do, I forgot to do his kind of teeth, his mouth stretching metal pieces. Get those taken care of. So that's that. I might throw some highlight on that real quick. So that's it for now. I just want to do a quick little video of some of my process. I'll probably show a little bit more later. Thank you so much for watching.